Ehrgeiz is a very silly fighting game that I'm about to speedrun. For speedrun, the settings are very easy. 1 round and 160 HP. I don't make the rules, that's just how it is. Kind of weird, but whatever. Makes for quicker runs. I'm gonna be using 2 characters for arcade mode, and then I'm gonna be doing 2 runs for the Battle Beach minigame. First character I'm using is Han. You'll be able to see a little bit of the strategy I'm using that most people seem to be using for Han. You'll see right here, this is a very silly fighting game. You get a sword as a prize for winning a wrestling match. That's totally normal. Yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I am holding guard and high at the same time to go into scarecrow stance, and then I'm using the high moves after that. For the most part, they don't connect as well if you use more than two highs. Just hitting high is pretty reliable. It's got low recovery. Doing more than that, it has some pushback, so it's not necessarily guaranteed for the subsequent hits after the second hit to make contact. They tend to whiff. But if you can make it, it still does have good recovery. See, that third hit did not make contact. For whatever reason, at least on very easy, the AI has a hard time blocking it. So this one I take a hit right there. So the goal for Han is about a minute. That's what a lot of people are that are doing good speed runs are making with Han. I'm not gonna make it quite that good in this one. But I am making good time. It's about let's see, that's about 6 seconds, averaging 6 seconds per match. I did have to position myself to make sure I did not knock those off into the other tier. That would have taken some more time. So if you can't tell, or if you weren't already otherwise informed, one of the reasons this is a very silly game is because this is a collaboration between Squaresoft with their Final Fantasy VII assets and Namco with their Tekken and Soul Blade / Soul Calibur assets. You're going to see that there are Final Fantasy characters in this game, and Han himself uses some animations from Hwoarang in Tekken 3, and Sephiroth uses some moves and animations from Mitsurugi from Soul Blade. And yeah, I'll just point out in that case, spamming the high button when in Scarecrow stance did work, but it's only because I was at a very specific angle and distance. Ready, go! Yeah, I'm having a hard time with the bit of the spacing. Spacing is kind of awkward in this game because it's free roaming. Now that I'm going against the final boss, this is not Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII, this is Django. This move is a special plus high, because the Scarecrow highs just go straight over his head. just finished him off with the low. So that is officially the end of the run. That's a minute 22. But here I'm just gonna go ahead and do the technical final fight against Django's second form. The way you win is just to knock over the boxes here. Again, the movement controls are very weird. You just need to get Django to open the boxes, get the sword, throw it, and you can do that again, repeat the process with the second box. And this has to be done before you die without the health bar visible and before the credits finish. So I managed to kill him. I got my leg over there. That's what that is. If you haven't noticed, Han has a robotic leg that plays into his ending. Han has two different endings, depending on whether you kill Django, and in this case I just got the sword. I got the Ehrgeiz sword, which is all you have to do is collect the collectibles and his leg after you kill Django. This is the good ending. There's a bad ending. This is the good ending. So I'm guessing that just means that the Ehrgeiz sword gave him back his leg or something? I don't know. It's a weird game. It doesn't happen in the bad ending. So now I'm going with the Tifa run. She is very good in this. I'll explain why eventually. Mainly because of her special. So my strategy is to just use a knockdown and then charge her projectile special from a distance. And again, the weird sword. There's a couple different moves that'll knock down immediately. This one is running high, high, high. Fully charging her special gives it homing. It already homes, but it gives her an extra homing missile. 2 at a time, and that's extremely useful. I actually do want to point out that this character, God Hand, is obviously uses the assets from Tekken. He has Jin's hair, Kazuya's gloves, and Kazuya's moveset. And his name is Ken Mishima, as an homage to Kazuya Mishima. I just want to point that out because it's so blatant that this is a Namco game. The longer you charge it, the more damage it does, so I'm trying to time it with their wake up. Try to keep them at a distance so they cannot use their own specials. Now Yoko starts out a little closer, so the one I'm using to knock down, the move I'm using to knock down is high, high, low, high. And she's not getting up, so I am fully charging the special to throw out 2 projectiles. And what makes her really good is that the projectiles last until after the round is over. So if you're doing a 2-round match, they actually go into the second round. It's really stupid. So yeah, again, I just got him on the ground with the fully charged homing missile. So yeah, he was close enough that I did do the high, high, low, high there. And I'm waiting for him to get up. Sasuke is a little bit tricky because I have to watch out for his projectiles. Projectiles cancel out each other in this game, like right there. So I have been doing a few 5-second or 6-second matches in this run, which means that she does have potential to win in under a minute. Like Han. Han is just a little bit easier, or a lot easier, I should say. It is very tricky though, with Tifa, with this strategy. One thing I like about the stage is because it's so cheaply made. It's just a still image on the background. They didn't even bother to animate it or or change it. It's literally just a rectangular JPEG. So highs don't work against them, but projectiles do. I made pretty short work of him, 132. That's not as good as the Han run, but that is the fastest Tifa speedrun so far on speedrun.com. I'm gonna make an attempt to kill Django's second form here. Again, these controls are very awkward because it's free roaming, and it is very difficult to position yourself so that Django will attack the box. I'm pretty much failed here because the box is in the corner. I can't get Django to attack the box when I'm on top of it. So now I'm dead, and I'll just let the credits roll. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do 2 Battle Beach runs. The first one is the one I'm going to submit. The second one, I'll explain why I'm doing a second one later. The reason I'm using Tifa is because I've noticed that a lot of successful Battle Beach runs use Yoko, which has a Yoko has a small hitbox, it seems. I'm not sure if that affects it, but with Tifa and Yoko, I had much more luck with this mode. I'm just going to explain the fouls don't really matter much. The reason I'm going a little bit early so many times is that one of the tricks to this mode is that you can beat the announcer by starting running before he says go. So you have to time it right. So and all you really need to do is just mash X and O. Then use square for the hurdles and for dashing at the end. Now I am using an arcade stick on PS3 for this. That's really only because it's easier to mash the buttons than on a controller pad. I'm not using turbo or anything. Now I'm moving on to the most important run of the video. It's Battle Beach using Sephiroth. The only reason I am using Sephiroth is for no other reason than he is hilariously overdressed for the beach. Look at this guy with his long hair and his long black cloak and armor outside in 90-degree heat. This dude is dying here. He's finding out what it's like to be a cosplayer at San Diego Comic-Con in summer. He was once the one-winged angel of death, now he is the one-winged angel of sweat. This is how Cloud and Tifa should have defeated him. Instead of using all their hippie earth magic, just expose him to heat exhaustion. Look, he's face down in the sand, waving that flag weakly like he's too tired to move. Just saying, please God, let me die, except his voice is muffled because his throat's filled with sand. And now he's just making a mad dash for the air conditioning, jumping over those branches on the ground. He's so exhausted that stepping over 2-inch thick twigs requires the same effort as leaping over hurdles. And all those little children cheering are the preteen Homestuck cosplayers that think he's one of them. Now he raises his fist in victory because he can finally go back to his hotel and throw his costume off, shower, and sleep. He conquered the cosplay beach convention so much that wimpy Han over there just couldn't handle it. This is the most important run of the video because it's a lesson of what not to wear in summer. Don't dress like Sephiroth, folks. Be more like Tifa or Godhand. That's why they're faster than him. Okay, I'm done.